You should be able to do whatever you want with it. There's a lot of middlemen in society that are blocking payments, taking fees, slowing things down. Economists would call it this idea of property rights, which is basically, can you actually own stuff or can it be taken away from you without your permission, right? And in many countries of the world, actually, like the money in your bank account can just be yanked out by the government. There in Cyprus in the 2010s, there was an incident like this where the government passed they were like the government was having deficits and they had some law they passed where they just took like 50% of the money out of everyone's bank account. So obviously you don't actually own it, right? Um,
When was that?
I think it was in the 2010s, yeah, or maybe the 2000s, yeah. So there's examples like that in history. Same thing in Argentina, by the way. There's times where the government has just printed so much currency that it devalued it. That's another form of theft, basically, is high inflation, where they devalue everyone's assets to just give the government more money, right? So property rights is this kind of like it's a foundation that's required for all progress in civilization. Like if you can't actually keep what belongs to you, or like if there could be some gang that runs through the neighborhood and just like kicks you out of your house and takes all your stuff, um, it's hard to like make a real plan for the future and try to build a company or like do anything good for society if your shit can just be taken from you at any given time, right? And it's the same thing with what we'd call like sound money, right? Can the value of your money or your wealth just be eroded or seized from you? So property rights, sound money, these are foundational to all progress in society. And most people in the world actually don't have very high economic freedom. We sort of take it for granted in the US. Even in the US, I'd say it's a little under threat. Like we talked about the inflation of the dollar. There's incidents where like people have felt like their property rights are under threat here, eminent domain or like whatever you want to talk about. But in general, like the US is pretty good. We have pretty good rule of law. Most countries in the world, that's not the case. And so that's what economic freedom means. I think crypto is like it's the key piece of technology that can give economic freedom to anybody in the world as long as they have a smartphone. They can sort of opt out of that local system that they're in if it's corrupt or not meeting their needs.
Why do you think crypto, or excuse me, why do you think Coinbase is the most trusted exchange out there?